Hello, Nomads. On today's episode of A Fool and His Money Are Soon Parted, we're going to talk about plausible denial, particularly as it relates to the relationship between the corporate entity of multi-level marketing companies, or MLMs, and the individuals who are contract sales employees of those MLMs. First, the obligatory preface, which I wish I did not have to make, but it seems that in early 2022 I need to. The series on MLM and all of the content therein is meant to educate, to inform, and of course to dissuade those of you who are considering joining MLMs from joining, and perhaps to persuade those of you who are involved in MLMs to quit. It is not meant as a personal attack on any member of the Nomad Network, past, present, or future. Now, what is plausible denial? Plausible denial is an expression that is usually associated with the Watergate scandal. In other words, there were members of the Nixon administration who participated in illegal acts, but went through machinations and took great pains to make sure that the President of the United States, Richard Nixon, did not know what they were doing, such that if he should be prosecuted for these crimes or involved in these prosecutions, he could plausibly deny that he had any involvement. In fact, the phrase goes all the way back to the early Cold War, where it was the policy of the State Department or perhaps the CIA, I cannot remember, as related to covert operations that the United States was involved in that were illegal by international law, but that could not specifically implicate the executive branch of the United States government because there was this layer of plausible denial between these covert operations, assassination attempts, etc., that were going on in the organs of the United States government. Okay, sorry for the boring history. That's what plausible denial is. Now, how does plausible denial play out in the world of multi-level marketing? I want to introduce you to Eric Worre. Eric Worre was a failed MLM rep turned fantastically successful MLM guru. He sells books, courses, and probably most lucrative for him are weekend getaways, for which he charges tens of thousands of dollars to train MLM reps, basically to recruit, and also to give them a kick in the pants and motivate them to stay, not to quit, which is the name of the game in MLM. Worre is honest enough to say the following, and you can look this up on YouTube. He says it frequently. Success in MLM is difficult. He doesn't say rare. He is not so honest. What he does admit, and I have heard him say on numerous occasions and in various videos on YouTube, is that one drawback of the MLM industry is that MLM reps oversell the opportunity. Now, the problem with this overselling is that the reps are incentivized to do so. In other words, in their desperation to recruit, there is an incentive, very, very difficult to suppress, to make income claims that are unrealistic, shall we say. Now, how does this plausible denial play out mechanistically? Well, these claims, this overselling by MLM reps, and one of the reasons why it's so difficult to police is that it occurs on social media. However, it does also occur in person. If you were to recruit somebody in a coffee shop, for example, I know for me that the temptation to dangle large sums of money in front of a potential recruit would be overwhelming for me. So, essentially what the problem comes down to here is income claims associated with the opportunity. And they go something like this. I made fill in six-figure amount in X period of time. Or my team made fill in the six-figure amount in X amount of time. What is not mentioned, what is never mentioned, is how difficult this is to achieve. In other words, less than 1% of recruits will ever make six figures. And it's perfectly understandable, folks, why this is omitted, because you would never recruit somebody to take on an unpaid job if they had a less than 1% chance of success. But there's one more thing. These income claims are explicitly forbidden by the Federal Trade Commission. But here's another problem. These income claims are made during the so-called business opportunity meetings. If you take issue with this, I will provide you with a number of recorded business opportunity meetings that will exceed your capacity to watch. There are that many of them, in which extravagant income claims are made in the service of recruitment. Now, there are some questions for which I have no answers, but I've got some speculations. Here's question number one. Do the corporate entities know that such claims, such income claims, are being made? If they do not know them, why do they not? And if they do these corporate entities care enough, excuse me, to do anything about it so as to comply with federal regulations? I think you know the answer. Folks, here's the bottom line. Your experience, skill, and knowledge should be reimbursed. You should not compel yourself or allow yourself to be compelled to take on a commission-only opportunity, in quotes, that is likely to lose your money, therefore wasting your time in an MLM, it's Modern Language Association, sorry, in an MLM, okay? You are way too valuable. That's all I got for you for this week. I'll see you in the next episode.